evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on your Saturday. I'm Casey Decker in for Tim tonight. We got more rain in the past 3 days in some parts of Spokane than in all of April. And as much as I enjoy rain, I think it's safe to say that a break would be very welcome. Meteorologist Michelle Boss is in the Weather Center now to tell us, are we going to get one, Michelle?
We are, and it's just in time for the festivities tonight with the Torchlight Parade. It was a little bit gloomy this morning, did have some lingering showers, but those have mainly pushed out of the Spokane area, and just a few sprinkles left over around the Sandpoint area, around the mountains of the Idaho Panhandle. Most of the rest of what you're seeing is just some ground clutter around the Spokane area and Deer Park. So we're looking at mainly dry conditions for this evening. We did get a little bit of wet weather this morning. Didn't amount to much at the Spokane Airport, 300ths of an inch. Most of the rain concentrated across the Idaho Panhandle, so Coeur d'Alene picked up 2/10, and it's been dry today in Pullman, Moses Lake, and in Bonners Ferry. Currently, temperatures a little bit on the cool side. The rain and clouds have kind of slowed our warm up for today. We may still bump it up a couple more degrees before the day is over, but currently 56. That's our current high for today so far in Spokane. 53 in Coeur d'Alene, a little bit cooler where they've got the thicker clouds and still a few sprinkles. Much warmer out in Moses Lake where they had a little bit more sunshine, some drier weather in the lower 70s. Currently in the upper 60s in Lewiston, 62 in Pullman. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. Our evening should be dry with partly to mostly cloudy skies as temperatures fall into the low to mid 50s for the start of the parade. And here's a look at the next 3 days. It's going to be dry tomorrow, but a little bit on the breezy side. Sustained northeast winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour with partly sunny skies. A dry start to the week, partly cloudy 64, and just some isolated showers possible on Tuesday with a high of 65.
All right, thanks, Michelle. Well, it's good to hear that it sounds like the weather is going to dry up enough in time for the Spokane Lilac Festival Armed Forces Torchlight Parade. This year is the 81st anniversary of the largest torchlight parade in the nation for the military. The Lilac Festival's executive committee began planning today's activities a year in advance. Before the parade today, crowds had the chance to get a sneak peek at the floats at a viewing on 4th Avenue. There was also a car show and food truck rally in downtown Spokane this afternoon. This year's parade lineup consists of nearly 200 floats. It kicks off tonight at 7:45 p.m. on Washington Street and Spokane Falls Boulevard.
It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. It still is heartbreaking to see the damage that's been done.
And that damage is the result of Thursday's torrential rainfall. About 5 inches of water flooded her shop's basement, soaking its carpets. But that wasn't the worst of it. It also damaged about 200 prom dresses that would go to kids in need. KREM 2's Shayna Walltower now brings us more of how this is affecting the organization and their mission.
Yeah, one thing this organization prides itself on is making sure that everyone has the chance to get the magical prom night that they deserve. But recently, because of the bad stormy weather, they've had to turn people away.
It kind of takes a hit for us because we're not able to help as much as we would like.
Hannah's Prom and Dress Closet collects donated prom dresses.
A lot of them can't afford a dress, or they look and look and look and they're not able to find one, and so we're kind of like that last resort for some girls.
So the boutique steps in, providing formal wear, jewelry, and accessories. But this past week, more than just eager high schoolers were rushing into the shop.
It was about 3 to 5 inches of standing water downstairs.
The shop owner's daughter, Brittany Bowen, says one of their volunteers witnessed the flooding.
She heard a big waterfall, and when she heard the waterfall, she got kind of nervous.
Now, days later, things have only gotten worse.
It's really bad. The carpets, they're damaged, they're ruined.
And several of their dresses, about 200 of them.
We have a lot of dresses that are pretty nasty and muddy, and so that's kind of took the worst of it.
Now, all of these pictures are from a couple of days ago. We weren't even able to go down and see the dresses today. They're kept in the shop's basement, and the elevator to get down there couldn't run because of all the water.
We had a brand new dressing room that a volunteer just donated, and she went and took a lot of time and painted, and that's damaged now. It's ruined. So
Bowen says their biggest hope is just to salvage the remaining dresses.
We're just trying to push through and make sure everybody gets taken care of, but right now it's a little bit hard.
In Spokane, Shayna Walltower, KREM 2 News.
3 planes carrying a total of 337 pets flew into the Coeur d'Alene airport this morning. Wings of Rescue brought 241 dogs and 96 cats to the inland Northwest from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa is facing some of the worst flooding it's seen in over 40 years. Wings of Rescue posted on Facebook that they would be evacuating these animals and bringing them to Coeur d'Alene as well as Seattle. They asked for donations to help them get here. According to that post, they raised more than $2,000. If you're interested in adopting any of those animals, you can find out which shelters they're at Wings of Rescue's website. The city of Spokane is no longer allowing cars to drive across the Post Street Bridge, though it is still open to pedestrians and cyclists. The city announced the bridge was shut down yesterday because of a structural analysis which determined the bridge can no longer safely carry the weight of cars and trucks. That means they're going to have to replace the bridge, and construction is not going to begin until the spring of next year. The bridge is 102 years old and has long needed repairs. It carries more than 2,000 people a day from the City Hall area to the courthouse area. That means you can expect even more cars now on the Monroe Street Bridge and probably some overflow as well onto other downtown bridges. The new bridge will have 1 lane of northbound traffic, space for pedestrians and cyclists, and the Centennial Trail. 39 years ago today, Mount St. Helens erupted. It was the deadliest and most economically destructive volcanic event in the history of the United States. On May 18, 1980, St. Helens spewed ash, rock, and hot gases into the air, rocketing mud and timber down the mountain. The eruption killed 57 people, and it caused more than $1 billion in damage. Autopsies showed that most of the people killed in the eruption likely died from asphyxiation after inhaling hot ash. A 5.1 magnitude earthquake rattled the mountain that day, causing a developing bulge to burst and landslide down the mountain. That caused the volcano's magma to depressurize, blowing off the mountain's top, shaving more than 1,300 feet off its height. Ash blanketed the Pacific Northwest and stretched into 11 states and Canada. Mount St. Helens is still considered active today. Turning now to the measles epidemic in Washington. A 6th case has been confirmed on the western side of the state. The most recent case was found in King County. That woman is the 3rd case known there. 2 other cases were confirmed in Pierce County and 1 in Snohomish. Health officials announced yesterday that the woman visited several locations in King County before she even knew she was contagious. SeaTac Airport is the common exposure site in all 6 cases, but the public health department there says they don't believe the chances of getting measles is increased by visiting that airport. Washington Governor Jay Inslee recently signed a bill that eliminates the personal and philosophical exemptions for the measles vaccine. The CDC has confirmed 839 cases of measles nationwide so far this year, and that number has increased by 75 cases just since last week. All right, police have identified now the student who was arrested in Portland for bringing a loaded gun to school. He's 18-year-old Angel Granados Diaz. He is charged with possession of a firearm in a public building, attempting to discharge a firearm at a school, reckless endangerment, and possession of a loaded firearm in a public place. Witnesses say before the suspect could fire the gun, the school's football coach, Keenan Lowe, tackled him to the ground. Lowe tweeted about the incident saying he didn't see any other choice but to act. It all happened at Parkrose High School Friday morning. The school district superintendent says 2 students told a staff member about the suspect's concerning behavior, and security staff was able to disarm the suspect because of that. No one was injured. Officers recovered the gun at the scene. They have not yet said, though, whether any shots were fired. Well, scammers are getting more and more clever, so we should too. They're using a new tactic to take you by surprise and trick you into answering their calls. We'll help you avoid getting scammed. And while gas prices have gone up around here, California is seeing even bigger increases. Prices above $4 a gallon. The state government says there's maybe a shady reason why. We'll tell you more coming up.